Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
To me, all I know is that I've got to be free from the things you do. It will all come back to you. Break stride, I'm sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks like. I hope y'all are doing good tonight. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. If you want to listen to this happen live, you go to twitch.tv/MeltAlertOriginal, all one word, where not only you can interact in the chat, change how show, go watch this happen live, but you can see this unedited. Oh, I was like, why does it look like there's something behind me, like, giving me, like, weird glowing death eyes? Never mind. There is nothing. I gotta get used to that. Watching see how the show goes live, unedited. I mean, really, honestly, you're just watching the show as it happens. If we're being realistic here, and you get to watch the after show, the stream, change how the show goes too. I guess, if that. Sometimes, it really doesn't steer, but also at the same time it does. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, once it's, and you can watch this on there for Twitch for up to 2 weeks, but once it's gone, it is gone. And on YouTube and Spotify, you can listen and watch to every single episode thus far, all 191. Well, the 100 and onward on Spotify. But all 191, including this one, are on YouTube for sure. Again, MeltAlert Original, or Midnight Ramen, or on Spotify. If you also want to listen to this when it was a radio show, there is Midnight Ramen, the radio show, 5-year retrospective, blah, 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 whatever. That was fun. Just when I used it as a radio show. I was listening again to the last set because recently I was filling up my gas last week, and I heard one of the songs. It was like The Hardest Part by Tennis and Overcoats. And I was and on the last, it was one of the songs that I did on the last show. And I'm just like, oh, wait a minute. I know this song, and because it's in the area of my work stuff, not like in the particular area where I work, but it's one of the, like, not to say that Overcoats is a group. I don't think that they're getting played on the radio or even in general a lot. Not to say that in a mean way. I mean, they do have a decent following in Spotify thing. If I were to actually go on and check it right now, let's actually go check it right now. I'm not going to show it on screen, but it's like, it's not as, they don't get the radio time as opposed to like a lot of other artists do, which is a shame. Because they're really good. I think their album, like when I was in college, obviously, their album, The Fight, oh my god, that album was so good. I wish I reviewed that one. I didn't, but oh my god, it was so good. There was because they do, it's like a duo, and they just do such good harmonies. It's just, it's so good. Where is it? Where did I put them on here? Overcoats. 85,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. Average monthly listeners. That's not bad. It's a good following. Could be worse. Could be a lot better, but honestly could be worse. I mean, another change that happened on Thursday of last week, you can tell because you can see behind me, I got a new chair. I got really fed up. And you know what? I said, I hit the fuck it button and I got me a goddamn new chair. I went to Micro Center. That's right. Micro Center, where you can get Magic the Gathering cards for MSRP, but they're also like, you got to be careful with it because they are aware of scalpers and stuff like that. So you have to like have someone like give you the packs. They're kind of like, it's sealed, but stuff. They have good other things too. There's like a weird deck box thing that's like magnetic. I don't want to have a magnetic thing and magnetic deck box, and they're expensive, like way too expensive for what they should be, honestly. But they're really good, and there's like a little magnet base where you can hold your decks. That's awesome. Anyways, that's besides the point. I went there, just like it's such a nerdy place to just fuck around and wander about. I was probably there for way too long, but I eventually decided, hey, I'm gonna get the damn chair, but also, that's right, I got me a mat, so now I can just like. I can do like it's mainly so that I can actually look at my Magic cards. I'm not kidding. That's a major reason for this, and also like then now, like if I want to scoot back a little bit, I could, because I think with the previous chair, because I'm on carpet, it's kind of harder to move, but now on this I can just like slide around, and plus, oh my god, it was so good. I needed to change, and this chair is more just like an ergonomic chair, because an ergonomic office chair is honestly just overall better than a gaming chair. Let's be honest. Like, yes, this is mesh, but like, man, I like it. The biggest problem with the old chair is that it hurts after like an hour or something like that, because the padding, whatever. Oh, it hurts. This I could probably sit on all day. I could take a nap in this and still just be fine. And like if it's super hot, which it will probably get, my butt is not going to get super sweaty, which is amazing. And I kind of have like something like this at work. It's more padded, but like I like these kinds of chairs. It's an ergonomic chair. I love it. We're going to use it. I think the one complaint I have with this chair is that it just doesn't have a straight up sort of thing. But this is the normal one. This is normally where if I were to lay back, this is where it'd be. So like I could just do this for the rest of the episode. I'm not going to do it because I'd rather sit up. I have that kind of posture if we want to sit up. I feel like there's not many people that I know that actually do that. I know one other person, like, consistently know one other person that, like, sat straight vertically up. He was a weird fellow. Not in, like, a mean way, but he was just, like, super, I don't want to say strict. And I think it's because of his parents, too. But also, I feel like he was very wound up. But he was a cool dude. He's a cool dude. I haven't checked in him in a long time. Really, his sisters. But I know, yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna get like into that and like dice or whatever like that. But yeah, real cool people. Good family. Good family. There's like another story that I could go into, but I really don't want to. And it's like, yikes. But yeah, the dad, I will say like the dad was like kind of like a military, like kind of strict dad, and like him or his son was like kind of just like the straight and narrow like a pencil, like a number 2 pencil. Everything had to be neat, orderly, and he was a fucking fast runner. Like goddamn, he is. I don't know anymore. Again, I don't know if I even keep up with him even on like Facebook. I don't even think he has Facebook. Good for him. But like he was always, he's not like the fastest guy, but he was always fast. And he's also a distance runner, so it's like, yeah. It's crazy too to think of like how many people like from that I see like from my graduating class or that I knew going to high school that it's like they are definitely not distance runners or runners like that, like doing marathons. Like, I never would have thought you doing that. There's a couple of them. And, well, no, she made sense. There was one girl that like I had a crush on, and that for the longest time from elementary school basically up to high school, like even though like I did have a crush at her at one point, and I got over it. I didn't have any really interest, but like whenever it came to like doing the fitness testing and stuff like that, she was the one to beat. She was the one to keep pace with. She was and is fast. So like that was my goal, and I think once we got into like high school, into like track and field and distance running, we were kind of like in a way distance buddies. In a way. I think once like puberty hit and guys got more muscle and stuff like that, I think just naturally we caught up, because I feel like there were more times like freshman, sophomore year when I was like doing distance running for track and field that like I passed her so many times, not in like a mean way, but like, yeah, or I was able to catch up. But I know she's doing well. She's running all the time, and good for her. But like there are other people that are like that were like, no way. I think one of them was a sprinter. Another one, I could not tell you that he could even, one of those guys that it's just like, and I don't mean to say he was fat, but on the heavier side, and he ran a mile or half mile. I don't know. He lost a lot of weight, and good for him. Dude, like, hell yeah. I drink, you know what? I'll drink to that. Yeah, I just remember seeing like a post of him just like, I can't remember if it was a half mile or, no, not a half mile. A half marathon or just a straight up marathon. But just seeing the difference from, 8, 9, 10, like 7, 8 years ago to then, or till now, basically, crazy difference. Which a lot can happen in 10 years, but still. I'm trying to think of anything else with that. Are there any other ones? Not really. I mean, there's a few that are just like, yeah, you kind of figure it out. I kind of figured like they're definitely a distance runner. I need to get back into running. That is my problem. I haven't really. It's in my current position right now. It's really hard for me to commit to going to the gym and running and doing stuff like that. Like I can, if like I go at a very wonky time. Like I'm not gonna go at 6:00 when it's dinner time. Like no. No. Oh, then you'll be hungry or less hungry. It's like, no. Or I gotta go in like stupid early. It's like, no, then I gotta go to work. I'm not gonna do that. Especially if like a physical labor job, it's like I don't want to do that all day. Like just like if I'm doing arms and I have to like past couple of days I've been running a camera, so it's like I'm not doing that. I don't want to have to like have my arms here for hours on end and just try and like, no, they're already tired and I'm just like trying not to shake. Nah, not fam. What else has been going on? Yeah, this is definitely one of the. Especially speaking of work, this is one of those weeks I'm like I'm putting in a lot of overtime, kind of out of necessity. Yeah. Like even today, I'm going in at 7 a.m. It is 12:14 right now. So let's just say the after show is going to be pretty tight and quick and fast. We're going to kind of blaze through it a little bit. I just got to get, mainly it's just me editing stuff. Yeah, just editing stuff, making it super quick. Cause like, I just got to get this out as fast as I can. And making the stuff. And when I wake in the morning, probably will all be having it uploaded, that's the idea, and to like ship it off. But yeah, I got to get back into work with a couple hours. Although within the team, it's not the tightest turnaround, but it's just like, oh yeah, this is gonna suck. But also, I'm there from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Although I don't think I need to be there till then, till like 10. Realistically, I kind of do need to be there. I don't know. I probably should for some of it. I really don't know. I probably might cut out a little early. But then again, it really depends. Really depends. But also, we got to figure out some other stuff too for upcoming weeks, because we have, basically, I'm doing the exact same thing. It's not looking pretty. Or at least, there would be a reasonable out time, but, I'd still have to be in at 7 a.m. Which, yeah, no, that's disgusting. I hate doing that. And especially, it's like, oh yeah, you could just reschedule or do it. No. That's the whole week. I'm there every day, so canceling the episode, I have not done. We ain't ending that ship. There's a promise to myself that I would not stop doing this, unless if, say, like I was hospitalized or something like that. I'm still like, unless if, say, something like that were to happen, or I was trapped in a different country and I didn't have access to my computer or something like that, then that very niche time, whatever, then that makes sense. Or I think there might be one instance that if I do that, then it might happen. But then again, I might just make up for it with an episode that already will happen, or just like have do another one when a certain thing happens, and then, yeah. Or like do what I did when I went to Vegas. Basically do an episode, 2 episodes within the week, but then have the episode the second episode that I did that week be the next episode the following week. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what I do. Because then technically, I didn't miss an episode. As long as it's weekly, that is the key. And it's at midnight. I think that is the one exception. Like, vacations doesn't count. I have to do something with it. Unless if I did multiple, which even then, I don't know. I realistically can only get like 2 straight back to back. That, and then after that, no. Anyways, in a month. Is anything else going on that I really need to think about? Gosh. I need to go. I should have went to the bathroom before I went. before I started this episode, I have to pee kind of bad. I you know what? And that's honestly going to keep me up for the rest of the episode, or keep me at least awake for the rest of the episode. Is like the urge to pee, and that's a good thing. So it's kind of good that I didn't do it. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, because thinking of like the urge to pee is not making the urge to sleep. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The urge to pee is outweighing the urge to sleep. Which not to say that there isn't an urge to sleep. There's a tiny bit, but insurmountable is the urge to pee, which is a lot. And we're only like 20 minutes in. So this is going to be rough. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to like try and speed run it. Do like all the thumbnail editing stuff like that. And then just like pee. Come back. Upload. Done. Yeah. That's how it goes. There has been a lot of stuff honestly going on in the world. I think the major thing this week, or there's been 2 deaths in the past couple days that were just kind of bad. Like the voice actor for in the animated movie like Lilo and Stitch, she literally just passed yesterday. I don't know of what. And I can't remember what her name is. Forgive me. She was only like 36, which is a shame. Lilo voice actress. I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong. Davy Chase. Wait, is that? Hold on. Is that who that can't be? Hold on. She can't be related to who I think she is. I hope not. I really fucking hope not. Oh, she portrays his sister in Donnie Darko? What the fuck? Thank God. I thought she was related to Chevy Chase. Good. Nope. That would have been scary. But nope. Well, she passed away. She's done a lot of roles that are just like, oh, she's like in Spirited Away, I guess Donnie Darko and other stuff. It's like 36 is not. It's young. It's young, but like, you know, way back when, that's not so young. But like, it's sad to hear like of like, shit. I should have probably checked out what it was. Well, here I go. Open up another tab. Pull back the history. What happened? I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, illness. And nutrition. Oh, meningitis. Ooh, yeah. Ouch. She went into septic shock and organ failure. Yeah. Ooh, that is really tragic, actually. And it's like your whole body, your body shuts down. Ouch. That is very tragic. Moment of peace there. And also earlier this week too, on Monday, and not to say I was a huge fan of his music. You know, I listened to it once, and you know, I've heard like the biggest hits or whattever. Like, Life Goes On, and what's the what's it called? Don't fret, son of a bitch. Don't, and I never want to see you. Miss You. That's the song, Miss You. But the artist I'm talking about, Oliver Tree, also passed away in a helicopter crash in Rio, in Brazil. I don't want to say Rio specifically, but I think it was in Rio. So what happened is him and 5 other people, I don't know how many people were in his helicopter, but 5 people from his helicopter crashed, and another helicopter crashed into theirs. There was only the pilot in the other helicopter, which, like, huge, tragic, extremely tragic. But there's something really suspicious about his death. A lot of very, very, very suspicious things about his death that are, like, circulating the internet. Earlier this month, like on the 1st, he made a public video about him splitting ways with, I think it was Atlantic Records. I can't remember exactly what his record label was. When he put out an album, I think he put out an album where he basically recorded all of it within like 82 hotel rooms across the world. So just like kind of, what's the kind of guerrilla style, and just music about the songs of like a worldwide whatever tour. And he went on he was on tour. And that's why he was in Brazil. He's on tour promoting the album, you know, playing stuff and whatever. And the beginning of the month, he made a public statement saying that he's parted ways with it because, you know, when you're in a studio, something like that, that's owned by the record label, you got to pay the studio for the studio time, but also pay for the record label who basically lent you the loan to pay off the studio to pay the studio time, but the studio is owned by the label. So basically, you're using the money that you're loaned from the studio to pay the studio, or the label to pay the studio, while the studio pays the label. And it's like a circle jerk sort of thing. But, you know, because there's also loan stuff. So basically, you also have to pay off a loan. And then when you sell the music, you have to give however much of the music that you make and distribute to the label and the studio and other artists and stuff like that. So, like, a lot of the music is like basically making not much off of an album. So it's like, you know, off of music. And especially with how kind of piss poor pay rates are, say, like on Spotify, well, just in general on the internet, it's not there. Like, you have to get millions and millions of listens just to really, you know, get something, just to get a good significant check. And yeah, like, you can get thousands of thousands of listens, like for smaller artists, that helps determine where you should play, but it's not the same as like being able to pay off an album or have a livable wage by just doing a studio album, you know what I'm saying? And it just seems very suspicious that less than a month after he broke away from his label, that he just so happens to pass away. Very weird. And the only person in the other helicopter also died. There was only one person in there. Very suspicious. But also, besides that, like Oliver himself is like gone on, has made even in his career, he's made like multiple references. Like, I mean, it's I don't think it's like ironic or whatever, but it's like everyone knows that they're going to die at some point. And I think he himself has like talked about like the fear of dying and being ready for it in his music in the process of making some songs. Like, there's a lot of imagery and thoughts of, you know, and it's something that's inescapable, like, you know, falling to your death or being in a crash like that. That's just like, you can't really do anything. Like, unless you have like a parachute or something like that. But it's like to a point where it's like you can't do anything. You are just you have not long, but you know you're going to die, and you don't have long, and you're just done. Like it's the long short death. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, oh, you got shot, you're bleeding, you're dead, or you got shot, you're dead. No, it's like you're shot, you're bleeding out, then you slowly die. I mean, no, you're shot, you're bleeding, you pass out and die. Something like that. I don't know. But just like there was one that he was like doing on Anthony Padilla's show where he's like, we talked about that, and there was like another one like I think on H3 that he did, and like another one too, and some of them are like kind of even like getting closer to like now it's like something's up. I'm not saying that it actually did, but and all like even when the CIA has to come in and say it may just be coincidence. If the CIA also might be a little bit suspicious of it, yeah, you know something might be up. You never know, though. You never know. But I'm not saying that it did, though. I'm not going to say that it did, though, until it is proven. Until then, it's a theory, conspiracy, or whatever. A conspiracy theory. You never know. Let's get into magic. Not a great week for magic. I will say, don't use AI. Don't be fucking weird. Don't be fucking weird. Be cool to other people. Don't be fucking weird. Don't be sending unsolicited dick pics to people that didn't ask it and you're married. Don't do that. Fucking dumbass. Oh, I'm talking about Goblin Grounds. Yeah. Calling it out. Do not give him any likes, whatever. Do not look him up. Do not give him any credibility. Doug said, I'll give him that, it sucks that now he has to find a different line of work and stuff like that he's canceled and it's going to be hard for him to get a job. But also at the same time, you're sending a lot of bad shit to people, like stuff that is unconsensual to people and inappropriate, and people know it, and yeah, no. It's deserved, and I don't want to say, proven innocent till proven guilty, but he also hasn't disproven it. So, I don't know. And just the evidence that is coming against it is kind of proving that he did do it. So, and also, if you are associated with him, do check. If you're associated with someone that's in sort of like that kind of trouble, what I will say, do check in with with said person in the situation. Get the facts before making your own statement. It's better to have an finger of iron to hold off on pulling the trigger and getting a sure shot rather than pulling off a quick one and basically shooting yourself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? It's like a quick draw sort of thing in a duel. You don't want to shoot the first shot and realize, oops, my gun is still in my holster, But like, yeah. But if you know of something like that, but there's also cases where, people can change. It's possible for people to change. It is. I think maybe years from now, if he turns a new leaf and he's able to like reconcile with that, make it up and do other stuff, it might be okay. But now, no. Anyways, let's get into the last magic packs I've have of Strixhaven, Seekers of Strixhaven. I don't know if it really depends on if I can get anything next week for the Marvel set. I don't really know. I do really like Strixhaven, and there's stuff that I want to get from Strixhaven, but I don't know. We'll see. I might even show something else off. I don't know. We'll see. I really no idea. Aberrant, Manaworm, Impractical Joke, Abigail Poet Laureate. Did we get? No. Okay. Oh no, I didn't get it. Jadzri, Steward of Fate. 2 in a blue. Legendary creature, human wizard. Enters prepared. When it enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. And it's got Oracle's Gift as a sorcery or prepared spell. X in a blue. Create an X00 green blue fractal token that put X counters on each fractal you control, which is alright. And then Mind Over Matter. X and a blue green. Simic. Sorcery. Draw X cards, then that you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. It's not bad. Royal Treatment. Pretty cool. And Foil Inkling Mascot. And a Titan's Grave. Nice. All right, pack 2. We got one more. Spirit Call Enthusiast, Root Manipulation, Prismari Charm. Ooh, Sundown Pass. Okay, cool. This land it's taps for red or white. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Not bad. And then a Braid, and a Foil Muse Encouragement, and a Plains. Okay. This is the green pack. Last pack luck. I feel it. I really do. In this one. And I can kind of see it. I kind of see it in this one. This might be really good. Dissection Practice. Tester of the Tangential. Creole History Buff. Ooh, Tragedy Fester. That's what it was. Alt Art. Demon. It's a 2 and a black. Creature demon with trample and more. Discard a card at the beginning of your end step. Sacrifice a permanent unless you gain life this turn. Nice. What's behind that? Ooh, Smallpox. That's actually not bad either. Each player loses 1 life, discards a card, then sacrifices a creature of their choice, then sacrifices a land of their choice. There's a way to make that work. We got Foil Interjection. I want to foil amid a forum amnesty. Okay, cool. With Undermarket works so damn weird. You know what? That actually gets me onto something. Market works. I mean, you spend $16 on the game. 30 days later, you can spend $32 on the market. That makes me think of one of my favorite games right now, Warframe. The newest expansion just came out. It's a Jade. I don't fucking know. Hold on. Give me a minute. I can figure out what it's actually fucking called. It is Jade Shadow Constellation. Or Jade Shadows, Constellations. Yes. Very long-winded. But it's a sequel quest to a previous one that happened before where I'm not going to explain anything, but there's a pregnant Warframe. And the pregnant Warframe gives birth to the Warframe, but it's also weird tangential paradox dimension thing. So there's 2 Warframes technically that exist as one Warframe. It's very weird. Why is it not Equinox? It's the same fucking thing. But it's better. But it's also 2. It's very weird. But they're also fighting babies. But they're also work together. Yeah, I don't fucking know. It's weird. Anyway, I haven't played them. I don't know anything about them other than they look cool. But speaking with like Warframe and stuff like that, and games market and stuff like that, it's such a like you don't have to pay, like it's a free to play game, and you don't have to spend anything. Although, with how often and stuff you can get like deals on the platinum and the daily login reward stuff, it is so worth it to do it. So worth it to buy. You know, if you play a game for so long, it's worth it just to, you know, send a couple bucks their way or whatever the hell, and get a shit ton of platinum for like the premium currency for pennies on the dollar or whatever. Technically, it's worth it. But also, you can farm up like certain items and materials and trade them on the market, which is honestly with like a game like Warframe, I don't think it's like anything like World of Warcraft or something like that, but it's on the level where like you can connect your account, you can see when someone wants to trade. It's kind of like a second, I don't want to say it's a secondary market, but like it's all like it's like pretty close to being like official. We're not like you can do it in the chat. There's like a trade chat when you're on your ship or whatever, but like you can go to a website, put a listing up, and let it ride or whatever forever long, and then someone could be like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And then you'd be like, "Okay." Kind of like a Facebook Marketplace sort of thing, and it's very good, honestly. And yeah, it's such a fun game. God damn it, I love it. I remember one time, I think I probably got like a. There's stuff on there that I definitely know is worth quite a bit. But you can farm up certain items and like mods and different guns and weapons and stuff like that, or blueprints that are very choice and like hard to come by, but people want them because they're hard to come by. But so if you got what's the word? Stockpile of them, you're good. It's so good. With Thunder has tanks over $1,500. Jesus Christ. But also another thing, Passion Frame is such a thing. It's so funky. Hop on Warframe, and the first, go on to Discord. Just type Warframe, and the first thing that you'll see is a GIF that says "Hop on Warframe," and it's someone jiggling their ass. So the story behind that, there was a certain frame, and I don't remember which one. It's probably Nova. That had a cosmetic that had an ass. They don't sell it anymore. But like, if you have it, it's like one of those things that's like you're an OG, like a Renegade Raider before they actually, you know, sold it again on the Fortnite shop. Or even another example, I don't even know if I have Excalibur Prime. I might check it because I feel like I do. Because like there's 7 fucking Excalibur versions and different whatever. I feel like I have it, but I also don't think I do because Excalibur Prime is non-existent to my knowledge. I mean, there is that, but it's just like, you know, I have a GIF on Discord of 2 TF2 characters making out and said, "Hop on Fortnite." Yeah, that's this is so fucking awesome, man. I love Discord's like GIF stuff because if I'm not wrong, it takes like GIFs from across all of Discord, which is evil. It's like if you're on a private server or something like that, they can somehow, I think if you make one and put it on there, I think they use it on you can use it on other things. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know the exact verbiage and ruling and whatever, but man, you can find any, like, you can basically type in whatever, like, niche thing, and you can find it. Whereas opposed to, like say with, like, when I'm at work, it's so weird. It's like the Giphy or whatever thing with Microsoft Teams. If I want to find a certain thing, like, I'm trying to think of like a certain specific Simpsons gag or something like that. I don't know. Like, Homer dragging a boulder. I don't know. Like in the Stonecutter episode when he's dragging a boulder, like some niche joke like that where it's like people know it, but like, you know, or like some super famous joke you can't find it, but yeah, you can sure find someone getting just straight up their head getting blown smooth off. Like, you can find that on a Giphy, on a Gifly or whatever the hell it is. It is insane. Like, if you want to find a meme that everybody knows, but if you want to find someone get their fucking head decapitated, you go on there. It's so weird. And you think like, oh, no, you can't find it because it's like, also it's got standards. It's work. No, it's horrible. Like, there are standards, like, but oh my god, yeah. And you can find straight up porn on there too sometimes. It's so fucked. Like, what? And you don't even have to search out specific terms either. It's so weird. Like, you can type like cat, and I'm not saying that you would, but you can find someone's, by doing it. Some ladies. Yeah, it is not great. I really do hate it some days. But there are other times where it just hits so well. There's one recently. I don't know if I hit it with a certain specific meme. I'd have to go get my work phone and find the exact GIF that I did. But it was like, we were talking about some business thing. I don't remember. And I just hit, it's like, and some guy's like, oh, do you want me to come in? I'm like, meh. And then someone's like, oh, why are you treating like that? It seems a bit disrespectful. And to that, I just said the exact same thing. It was so fucking hilarious. And it was like, meh. Like, nah, we're good. It's like, I'm sending this because the person that I originally sent this to knows. I'm just like, we don't need you. You're fine. You don't have to come in. Just like, meh. But then the second time, it's just like, just made the joke even more funny. Anyways. What is it? 47? Fuck. Yeah. And, actually, I was thinking about this the other day. And, we're doing a little bit of behind baseball here. I think for the 200th episode, because like I did something for the 100th episode where it's like, oh, I took it onto Spotify. I think what I might do, what I'm planning to do, and this is kind of in the infancy stage, and I just barely only thought about it. A couple weeks back, I thought like, there's like certain people, like I was watching one of my friends doing a stream, and I'm like, I know they're never up at, midnight or everything, so they're never ever gonna come on here. Never in a fucking million years are they gonna come on here unless if like say, hey, I forcefully get them on here. They're never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. And I think now I really like, I could get people on here, but it's just like it's really hard to do it. And it's not to say that I can't like set it up and do it. Like I still probably might have people on here once in a while if I can do it. If I can get people on here, it's mainly gonna probably be my girlfriend, I guess. But like, getting other people onto here is just kind of tough because like work schedules, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. So what I'm thinking is doing still kind of like this. No, not really. And it's still kind of just doing another podcast. It's just like not midday ramen. Daytime. You know what? Daytime ramen. That's what I'm thinking what's going to be called. Daytime ramen, where I don't know if I'm going to live stream it, but I feel like it's going to be a lot more edited. It's still going to be like an hour or so, but and it's not going to be as like frequent as weekly because I just don't want to do that. Like I don't have the time to do that, and it's also up to the guest and when it can do it, stuff like that. But doing them, making it so I can actually have guests consistently and to talk about stuff, because like there was like the one that really kind of sparked it. It's just like, well, you know, they do a lot of interviewing and stuff like that for their profession, and it'd be very interesting and kind of cool to pick their brain at how it works, you know, kind of understand from kind of understand how they think and what's going on with them, you know, kind of to what's, because like this whole midnight ramen thing as a live cast, how it basically has been, it's more just to chronologize my life kind of as a diary, and I kind of want to do that with other people, and I kind of want to write, you know, because I'm not a good writer, but to like tell the story of other people through that, and to say, you know, just do that, you know, and that's my passion in life. I feel like some of my favorite content that I watch on like YouTube is, it's not like the high edited stuff, you know, this high production, you know, ooh, we gotta, today on this video, we're gonna destroy a car and we're gonna go to my friend's house and prank him so hard that he pisses his pants. And then we're gonna ghost my girlfriend until she believes that she has bugs under her skin. It's like, no, I don't like those highly edited and produced sort of things. No, it's like, I like when someone just gets on a camera, you know, maybe edits it down and like makes it sound good, but like puts their thoughts out on the camera and just goes with it. Like even for magic, I think one of the channels that I like to listen and watch to, although I feel like, you know, depending on the episodes, and you could tell that they're doing it off the cuff, they're doing it as fast as they can, but also like they're passionate about what they're doing. One channel that I like listening watch to is Deck Tech for Dex, because I'm pretty sure he just does it off rip. Like he does all of his videos, and they're like 12, 13-minute videos off rip. And it's just like him going, like he edits it obviously because he's showing like the cards and stuff like that. But like him talking about the deck and stuff like that, he's just going. I don't think he stops. Like he may like trim a section here or there, but like you can tell in his videos that like he's just talking about his passion. He's talking about what he loves. And that's what I like. That's, you know, it's rough. And I'm like, you know, sometimes like I don't like the so, or like I like those videos, but I do see the passion and the like of it, you know. And another one, or even like a big channel that just does a smaller channel, not really for like for them, but they do it for like for their content that they like doing, and just going behind them scenes and showing who they are as a person is just really cool. And I think the prime example that I can think of right off the top of my head is Joel Haver. He does like a bunch of, funny, like he basically turned his channel into like a YouTube movie channel. But he does like smaller ones like Joel Talks About Movies, where basically some of the times it's like edited long ones, but the most recent one, he just basically got on camera, talked about how like Gen Z, like the current state of movies, YouTube, like stuff like that, and talked about it from his perspective, and just like it's shot well. It talks about his life, but it also talks about like the circumstances of how this and that, and it's just so good, and it's just so real, and that's what I like about it. Or even like when a YouTube channel like does like a back behind the scenes podcast, like I love that. I think like even if they're still like within the bit and it's smaller, I love that. Like an example of it, like of a channel that gets, depending, they do more like skits and stuff like that, but like an example of that is like Cracker Milk. They're like, they do a podcast, and I know it doesn't get as many views as their regular stuff, and it's really good. It's no offense, the podcast kind of stinks sometimes, and the audio quality's here or there, but like it's funny. Like the video version of it is incredibly funny, but it's just like some of them, it's definitely a mixed bag. Some of them do hit, some of them are real stinkers, but it's just like it's funny, and they're trying to be funny, and they're also like being themselves, but also being within the bit. And that's like good to listen to. But they're willing to be like real and personal about themselves, even though like they are jabbing and whatever. Like I love that kind of content where it's like just real people, you know? Not this like over hyper produced sort of crap. And that's what I feel like the main goal of this, what I want to do with daytime ramen, or whatever the hell I choose to the title of it. It's probably going to be like daytime ramen. That's what I think it's probably going to be. That's my thought. It's to like, it's probably going to be like, it's part of this, but it might be a different channel. I don't fucking know. Like the algorithm of this channel of my YouTube channel is actually fucked. There's no way that I can save it. I just know that. Honestly, I should just make a new channel intro thing and just call it good. At this point, you know what? That also might be for episode 200. Who knows? But also at the same time, I if I get the idea and have the tenacity to make a video like that, I still want to be able to do it, you know? Like, I just don't have, like, when I was doing that whole year of doing weekly videos, it was fun, but it was, like, sucking my time away. Like, every Thursday, and that was the day that I had off and I really did it. Like, every Thursday I had to get up, crank out a video. Some weeks it was easy. Some weeks, like, I had to basically plan my whole week out to do it. It sucked. Honestly, like, I wish I didn't do some of the things that I did. But I did find my rhythm. I found what worked. I found what didn't. But just like, man, I just don't really have the time to do certain things. Like, say, like, I think the projects that I, like, once I got to the end there, when I was doing, like the deck tech speed runs, like, those were fun. Another one, the JoJo Lands in a Nutshell, or just the JoJo chapters in a nutshell, those were fun. Like, doing both of those videos, doing like a very fast video, just like unedited, just going as fast as I can, hilarious. Doing the funny meme edits that just heavily takes like multiple hours, like almost an entire afternoon to do. Like, if I had the afternoons to do it, I would totally keep it up and do it. But I don't really have that. And, I want to do other things. But it's just like, it's so fun. Like, it's so fun, but I wish I had that time to do it. But I want to focus on other things. We only got so much time in life and stuff like that, so it's just, it sucks. That's why I think one of my the best superpowers, and I've thought this for like a long time, is to be able to be like multiple people in multiple places at once, like split off like Multiple Man from X-Men, or like do a shadow clone jutsu from Naruto. I feel like shadow clone jutsu from like Naruto is like the best option of that, where it's like, say if a shadow clone goes off and like does like reads the Moby Dick, and then I call it back, or like it dies or whatever, I still retain the knowledge of Moby Dick. That I read in Moby Dick. Or if I go out to see, like, I know where to, like, I feel like I would know where to, like, I would still try to be in places where I'm needed the most, but also, like, if I'm at work, it would make a whole lot of it would help a lot to be able to be in multiple places at once, get a lot of work done real freaking fast. And I feel like the limitation to that is like working out and things like that. I just don't think that would work. I think it would be like mental and physical and, mental, psychological stuff. Like, I seen this, I've read this. Like, I retain the memory. Whereas like, if I worked out, like got stronger, only that clone in that certain time would be stronger, and then like that wouldn't translate over to the original person. I think that's like the downside. Why not flight or whatever? No. Being able to duplicate is pretty cool. And to be able to like, and that the clones know who's the real original one, but also not like physically be around when they go and make a whole lot of matter, unless if it's like, food situation, like that would actually be pretty cool, like kind of like an unlimited food thing. But also, then I would still retain the knowledge of how they died. That'd suck. Unless if I was like blindfolded and like drugged. Very interesting to think about. But also then I'd be, or poison or whatever. But then that would mean my meat is poisoned. The meat is poisoned. Unless if I like injected it into my brain or something like that. And whatever. But you know what I'm saying. That would actually be like, being able to be in multiple places is like the best superpower in my opinion. I mean, not like the best superpower ever, obviously, like, reality warping, blah, blah, blah. But no, like the best normal, like street power, like, super strength, flight, super speed. Being in multiple places is pretty fucking cool. You could shrink yourself up. You could suck your own dick. I kid. Anyways, we should probably wrap things up. Yes. Shit. You've been listening to Midnight Ramen. I hope you have had a good time. If you want to watch it happen live, you go to twitch.tv/Meltzer Original. It's right there. Well, not only you can interact in the chat, you can change how the show goes. You can watch this happen live, see this unedited, etc., etc. Watch the after show. Try to think if there's anything else. Yeah, once it's for 2 weeks, and once this is gone, it's gone. But the edited videos are on YouTube and on Spotify. But on Spotify, only from episode 100 onward, as of right now. Maybe that might change. I honestly don't know. But also on Spotify is where I have the Midnight Ramen, the radio show, a 5-year retrospective, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Which all of those episodes are on there. They're all good. And they have the playlist too. Like, go listen to the playlist. Like, if anything else, listen to the playlists. Those are some pretty, like, I did some pretty good work on some of them. Some of them are just like, what the fuck did I put together? They're very themed, but it's just like, This is a very weird mixed bag, you know? But yeah. Thank you to Grace for the use of the theme song Used to It off the album The Call. They're doing shows pretty frequently, and it sucks to say that I can't really go to half the shows that they do because I have to go to work basically at a fucking ass crack of dawn. But, you know, it's good to know that they're doing a lot of shows. They got one, I don't know when their next one is. I think they're doing one on Friday in Minneapolis. I could be completely wrong. I know they're doing one in Eau Claire in a bit, in like 2 weeks. I forget exactly when. It's a weekend as well, I think. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, that actually got me a little bit tired. Good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Again, stick around. I'm still probably gonna do the after show for a little bit, even though I had to basically be at work at 7. So it's 1:05 right now. So that means I gotta go or get this on the road. So thank you guys for really what you do when you're doing all that other stuff. As I look at the time right now, yep, it is not midnight here anymore. But it is midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here, once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye.